warm Texas afternoon, very muggy. We have the benefit of a cloud cover, which will actually let you see all the reflections on the car. This car is part of a prominent Texas collection. This car's been in the hands of this owner for many, many, many years. It is a 1929 Ford Model A Roadster built by Magoo Street Rods out of Canoga Park, California. It's a time warp car. It's the quintessential hot rod of the era. It was the 1984 winner of Best Street Rod at the Oakland Roadster Show. It was featured in Street Rodder in 1984. We're going to go around and we're just going to kind of cover some things and talk about the car, and we're going to have it actually up on a lift to show you. You will not believe the undercarriage of this car. It has 1,400 miles on it since it was built. It's literally untouched. I've sold several Magoo cars over the years and helped actually Dave Magoo acquire one of his dad's cars back, which was Annabelle. And this car matches up with that car. The preservation is just, I don't know. I don't know what to say other than it's incredible. And it's we'll do a little walk around here and kind of give you a feel. The cowl is, let's see here, I have a cheat sheet on the car, so I'm just going to go around. It'll be a little bit of a long video on this car. It has hidden hinges on it, has a smooth cowl. The belt line in the rear is handmade. We're just going to, everything about this car is custom from Magoo. The cowl is, or the radiator grill shells, all been smoothed, and there's a theme throughout this car, much like his backing plates on his, which are Dick Magoo. All these discs on the backing plates of the disc brake rotors are all hand done and hand built, but a lot of the things on the car goes along the same theme. If you look down there, the sill at the engine compartment, we're going to walk around, I'll show you more of that stuff. You actually see me dripping on the car there. It's pretty sweaty out here. I'm digging it though. It's called Prospector's Gold, I believe is what the car is called. We have the magazine article here. We will cover the entire car on video and at spudsgarage.com. The sun's peeking in and out, so it kind of gives you a feel. The color on the car is Magoo Porsche Red Lacquer. So it's a hand rub lacquer paint job on the car that's just held up incredibly well. There's a few minor areas that I give it character. There's a small little blister on the side of the hood here, which is easily fixed with it's red lacquer. It's easy. All the pinstriping on the car, you'll see it all the way throughout the car. These running boards are smooth with ribs on them, chrome ribs on them. The running boards actually have bottoms covered on the side too. You'll see I dripped on it again. Neat little peep mirrors here that are hand formed into the windshield stanchions pillar. These are Boyd Coddington wheels, true knockoffs, pinned wheels. This is a Denny niche interior. It's just held up incredibly well. This is an interior from 1984, so this car's 32 years old. It's been petted, protected, lightly driven, 1,485 miles on it. I think I put a mile on it. The dash, the same theme I was telling you about where he turns everything out. This dash, Auburn style dash, these are trick switches. I'm not going to tell you the tricks to start it because somebody sees it, they could drive away with it, but we'll share it with the new owner. Again, same theme down here. There's the magazine. We actually covered that in farther down the video here. Door jamb to door jamb. This Porsche Red Lacquer, Magoo Porsche Red Lacquer, is just wicked. This car actually did a lot of the show circuit in 1984. You call this a quintessential hot rod, it truly is. 32 years old and it looks this nice. Every corner of this car is just spectacular. Has a drop-down license plate in the rear end. It has a GM 350 LT1 with ported heads in it. We'll actually cover the engine compartment underneath the hood. It's just as nice as what you're looking here. It has a Franklin quick change in it that's just custom, absolutely custom polished, done. And the whole entire undercarriage is that way. They have little machined aluminum caps on almost every point, polished anodized lines. Four-wheel disc brakes. Get my cheat sheet here. I'm just going to cover it here. There's a turbo 400 transmission in it, a belled front drop front axle, four-wheel power disc brakes, we're thinking you get the idea. My camera got a little crooked there. Maybe I'm a little bit crooked because I'm sweating and wiping my head. But I've been out here in Texas for the last day or so doing 4 cars out of this collection, and this is a car that's just an amazing car that is preserved with us well. We've got a Vicky with a Hemi. We have a 28 tub Phaeton, also built by Magoo, and another little Roadster. I'm going to open up the door here and kind of just let you take it in. Dark tan Conley leather, done by Denny Nish. You know, you catch me grinning from time to time. You should see the grin on my face as I look at this car. Even though I'm dripping like crazy because the humidity's got to be up, we're going to have a little storm, but the cloud cover helped out a lot. Again, as we go along here, we're going to show you a couple things all the way throughout the end of the video here. We're going to cover the undercarriage, the book, the magazine that you see on the floor there. We're going to fire it up here, and we're going to show you that it's got a drop-down license plate in the trunk. That drops out of the trunk there. It's electric. It's not air like the modern ones. It's got a power trunk in the back. Again, same theme here, right here, and here on the steering column drop. I'm going to hop in here, sit down in here, kind of give you a feel at the custom dash. Lacara steering wheel, leather wrapped Lacara steering wheel, wrapped in the same leather, and anyway, a little warm. I think I'm getting a little dizzy, but every corner of these cars that are built by Dick Magoo are just incredible. I don't know what else to say other than it's about getting time for you to get in. I'm not going to show you how this old girl starts, but we're going to start it up here. The reason that buzzer's on is because there's the license plate. It reminds you to put the license plate down to drive it. There you go. I just reached underneath the dash, and 1,485 miles. Fuel's getting a little low. It's charging a few amps. It hasn't really warmed up yet. Oil pressure goes up to about 40. About 1,000 RPM. She's about 30 pounds. I'm going to hop out of here and let you hear it run. I don't even know that I need to do that. Anyway, we'll take you for a drive on the way back. Let me get out of here. Really special car. One of a kind. Truly one of a kind. License plate I got dropped down there. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. It's about time you get in. Hang on to the end of the video. Go to spudsgarage.com where I got a lot of bitchin' photos on this car. And we really appreciate you taking the time to take a look at our videos and our cars. I think do a little clip here and show you this belt line in the back. I'm wiping it off as I go around here. You'll see where the belt line is just custom massaged. And the paint on this car is just wickedly nice lacquer. Okay, we're giving you a video of the trunk lid going up. Same thing in the back here. Same turn, custom design. Fuel fills right here. Conley leather, Wilton wool carpet. I know you're getting a little bit of light in you there. Alright, go to spudsgarage.com. Right, we're going to show you underneath the hood here. I brought it back to the shop so we could share the hood here. I didn't want to lift that hood off myself. However, that hood is aluminum, so it doesn't weigh much. I just didn't want to put a mark in it. Same theme through this car is just absolutely incredible. Prospector's gold. Has the same milling done on the firewall here, the firewall panel, on the valve cover. But hey, what are you thinking? What do you see there? Anyway, 350 Chevy LT1, 10.5 to 1 compression ratio with ported heads. End of the day, my tongue's getting a little twisted. Anyway, spent a lot of time on this car, a lot of neat stuff. It has 4x2 Inglese Weber carburation on it. Car runs really great. You should be able to watch a portion of the video where I'm driving here in a moment too. But you know, it's got the neat theme all the way through it. The turned, the ceramic coated exhaust ram horn exhaust manifolds. Again, the same turn theme down there. A lot of chrome and plating. The same turn theme on the radiator here. Aluminum water pump, aluminum pulleys with, just like the rear end's done, they've painted the holes or the sections of the pump or the pulley there. You even got a red silicone hose on it. That's pretty neat. Just touching this car is fun. Hang on to the end of the video. You're going to get under the undercarriage here. I forgot to cover the distributor here. The distributor, by the way, it's got a turbo 400 trans. We'll cover all that underneath. It's got a Vertex magneto in it. I knew I was missing something. Anyway, there you have it. Have a great day. Go to spudsgarage.com and make sure you hang on. I'm going to take it for a little spin. You got to dig what I do. Anyway, what a piece of history. This is a canopy of trees that I've been photographing under all day long, looking for shade in the clouds. Thought I'd share a little bit of an end here with you. Now, you want to hang on to cover the undercarriage because I'll cover that last. But, woo! Have a great day. Here's a little documentation that comes with the car. Now, this one's color faded from being on the wall from years. This is a 1984 Street Rodder magazine about this car. 1984 Oakland Roadster show. This car was awarded the best hot rod. We're going to go over it, and you know what they called it? Magoomium. The search for gold turns up solid Magoomium. Magoo's auto named in honor of the nearly forgotten prospector. Anyway, bottom line is, Street Rodders today may call it Roadster Gold, but it's known as metallurgical circles as Magoomium. Anyway, this car is just incredibly well built, well documented, and well preserved. Anyway, hang on to the end of the video. We're going to cover the undercarriage here in just a moment. Have a great day. This book and display is included with the car. Not the little bench there, but we're going to go to the undercarriage here. When I look at one of these cars, I cannot tell you the level of quality that Magoo Street Rods put into these cars. I'm going to show you a little thing here. There's a build book that comes with the car, and it shows you this chassis and build on this car. We've already covered a lot during the video, but I wanted to show you the level of detail that goes into the chassis and these builds on this car. This car is extremely well documented. It is unmodified and original. It's exactly as it was built, other than a few modifications that were done later, which we covered earlier in the video. We're actually shooting this portion of the video first because the car's inside here. Anyway, we're going to go underneath the lift here and give you a good look at the undercarriage and tell you what we got here. We have a Franklin quick change in it right there. Every little hardware's got a nice turned billet aluminum cap on it. These backing plate discs are all done by Magoo. They're all, and a lot of this stuff is all one-off stuff. It's just the coilovers here has 4-bar suspension. If you look here, there's these bushings here allow them to inset the rear 4-bar mounting points. I mean, all this stuff is one-off, hand-done stuff. You know, I'm kind of speechless when I look at one of these cars. This car's built, you know, many years ago in the 80s. It's survived the test of time. Belonged to the good friend here of Dick, and actually know his son very well, and he's actually worked on this car when it was being built. All the AN fittings and all the brake lines have all been polished. This is a stainless steel exhaust. I mean, look at this. They weren't doing this till recently. This is done way back then, and it's extremely well done, the exhaust. Or let's say they were doing it back then, but more and more shops This exhaust comes apart in pieces. You can replace pieces. Little glass bowl on the for a fuel filter. The hangers are actually hand built into the frame on this car. It's just spectacular. Sure, that's the brake line and the brake. These are JFZ calipers from the era. And again, these backing plates, these discs are Magoo built discs. The rear end is polished and painted and detailed all around the edges. You see the outer edges here are polished. There's even caps on the inside of the chassis back here. The hangers for the running boards are chrome plated, but the finish, the lacquer finish on the bottom of the side of this car is just like the day Magoo Street Rods finished the car. I'm going to spend a little bit of time underneath here because I really wanted to share with you the quality of this car, and you really can't tell unless, you know, we spend some time on it. Here's the master cylinder here, brake booster, so on and so forth. Everything's polished. The transmission case has been polished. Here's all the machine buttons there. The ones I talked about in the beginning. If you go all the way along here, and the recessed buttons here, little billet cap on the pitman arm, braided lines, braided tranny cooler lines. Here's the tranny cooler line right here, chrome transmission mount, all handmade. Look at the welds on that. I mean, that's back in the day where they didn't have as much technology as they do today, and I would say welding wise, Dick had it down pat. Dick and his crew. Neat thing here, if you look at this front axle, it's a, you know, a 4-bar front axle, dropped axle. It has a little, and it's got a Teflon bushing on it. In order to keep this axle from going side to side, you'll see guys put panhard bars and so on the front end. But this has got a bushing that this rides in, and it goes straight up and down. This axle doesn't move at all. Dick would build cars to drive. This is a show car, obviously, but even the, as we get up here, even the plugs in the block, the freeze plugs in the block have little aluminum brushed metal caps on them that were hand machined for that. Gonna get up here in the front a little bit. This gives you kind of a little better view of the discs that are all handmade by Magoo in his shop. How everything's done and built and hand assembled. These shocks are actually adjustable. Test of time, this car, no doubt about it. It's been, you know, since this car's 32 years old, and it looks like, I mean, its quality is better than a lot of street rods that are built today. Even the fender brackets. This is all Jenny body. This is Henry Steel body, Model A body. Frame braces. I'm going to walk along the side here. These are one-piece they're Boyd Coddington wheels that are actual true knockoffs. They're pin knockoffs. There's pins back here on a plate that goes here, and this actual nut comes off, much like a Jaguar or that kind of thing. But they're true knockoff wheels. There's a better look at the button heads that are recessed here. Just giving you a good chrome oil pan, polished tranny. Even the bottom of the running boards, he has plates on the bottom of the running boards where you typically would see, you know, it'd go up and in and you can see the running board braces, but everything's hidden. Everything's done with stainless Allen hardware. Running boards, you actually saw those in that picture of the build book I just showed you. 4-wheel disc brakes, JFZ calipers, 235 75 R15s in the rear, which was pretty standard back in the day. They didn't have as many tire choices as they do now. Just beautiful, 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 beautiful. Anyway, we really appreciate you letting you show this car to you. This here, by the way, is a drop-down license plate where it goes, it's electric actually. And you're getting a better feel of the rear custom roll pan and that kind of thing on this car, but just wow, wow. I'm always amazed when I see a really well-built car and even more amazed when it's a historic car like this, that it's maintained itself all these years and somebody's protected it. Anyway, thanks for coming to spudsgarage.com. We really dig you coming and listening to us. Sometimes I mess up. If that's okay, I make mistakes too. But I try and cover every square inch of these cars, and I think we've done a pretty good job on this one. Give us a call. You'll only find one car like this. Very rare. Go to spudsgarage.com.